Hello everyone, welcome back to another World of Tanks video. Today I'm going to talk about the 9.3 public test server. So if you go to worldoftanks.eu website, you can click on here. Why is my mouse being so weird? Look at that. You can go to 9.3 public test server, public test we need you. And then you go down here to the in development section, patch notes, and there you will find them here if you expand them. So the main concept, or the main things that are being introduced in 9.3 are a few new vehicles, light tanks. Use a T-37 Tier 6 American light tank and 41 Walker Bulldog Tier 7 light tank and T-49 Tier 8 American light tank. For USSR, the Soviets, we have the LTTB, the Tier 7 light tank, and the T-54 lightweight, the Tier 8, which is basically going to be a T-54 with, I guess, a bit less armor and a bit more speed and maneuverability to suit its role, along with better view range and camera rating as well. Germany has the Sparpanzer RU-2151, the Tier 8 light tank, which sounds RU Russian, but it is in fact German. So that's what you guys are waiting for, but there are also some new things coming out. These are the new things coming out, but you also have some changes, vehicle changes. Everybody has been waiting for it since the start of this game. Everyone thinks this tank is overpowered. The KV-1S Soviet heavy tank Tier 6 is rebalanced. Tier changed from 6 to 5, old model of the tank replaced with HD quality visual model. I will be going into detail more in the next video. The KV-85, a new Soviet heavy tank added to Tier 6 to replace the KV-1S. It will still be able to suit or fit the 122mm gun, but it is nerfed to shit. So you have some other options like the 85mm and the 100mm, but again I will be going into detail about vehicle changes and new vehicles later on. The N25 Chaffee Tier 5 American light tank fully rebalanced. It was still OP even though it had Tier 5 to 10 matchmaking. It was still a really good scout tank, and most people think it was one of the best scout tanks in the game. Then we have the T-34-85M, a new Tier 6 Soviet medium tank added for testing. So it's interesting to see how that works out, right? Some new HD models. Wargaming has been working on this for a long time, and now some other tanks are going to be rendered in HD quality as well, like the T-34, the IS-6, the ISU-3 Russian TID tanks, and perhaps for you scout players out there, the M5 Steward. The M3, well, nobody really likes it. Well, some people like it. That's okay. I'm not arguing. Some people may like it, and the Yachtpanther, which is also pretty preferred Tier 7 German TD. Alright, so the enhanced suspension module for the M46 pattern tank added. I do not have a very good graphical card, so I will not be able to really show that to you, I guess. PSFL Tier 7 German tanks renamed to Stur Emo. I have no idea why. Suspension, I think perhaps for historical reasons. Suspension durability for T5 to 7 light tanks increased, which is a huge buff, in my opinion, for light tanks, because light tanks will be able to roll in the battle easier, because the tracks will not be taken off as easily as it was before to shake them off. So it means that the HP, the health pool of the tracks is going to be increased, so you have to shoot more often to take the tracks off. Maximum battle tier for the M6A2E1, which is a tier 8 premium tank. You got from Clan Wars, I believe, reduced by 1. Not really that important, I guess, for most people. Anyway, another big change. The Murovanka map was fully reworked. There will not be a magical forest anymore, and the map is increased from 800 by 800 meters by 1k to 1k meters. So that will mean that the features of gameplay of the map are rebalanced. The gameplay is going to be a lot different from than it was before. Another big change is the chat panel in the garage rework. New style of buttons, new mechanics of tab opening, panel scrolling, online player count, and the count of players in the contact list. I think that's a pretty cool change, because I think this interface has been there for a long time, so it's really nice to see that change. Also, they also changed the interfaces of battle mode selection, platoon creation, and the invite players screens reworked. I will show you a picture in this video so you can see how it looks like right now. Also, another change, the added bonus to combat experience, which rewards vehicle non-penetration ricochet applicable only when an enemy shell hits the vehicle's hull. Original trajectory of the shell must cross the hull, but does not reduce its HP. So basically, for all you heavy tank drivers, we'll be happy to hear this, because you will be rewarded with a bonus of combat experience by taking a certain amount of potential damage received. For people who have a hard time keeping up with their PC performance on this game, will be maybe glad to hear this one here. Performance of the game client on some PC configurations improved. I of course do not know which PC configurations and if that will benefit you at all, but that's basically coming up, right? So not only vehicle changes, vehicle rebalancing, new vehicles and Murovanka reworked, they have also been doing something else, and that's the following. New features to promote fair play. So previously, when you were playing the game and you left a battle, you would leave a battle, no problem. But in version 9.3, a system will be introduced to track players who are regular leavers. Upon pressing the back to garage button, a warning window will appear explaining all the negative consequences of this action to the player when your tank is still in play. Of course not when your tank is already destroyed, but when it's not destroyed yet. I think this is a really good change. Some more changes, I will show you some more changes coming up. Wargaming has not only been changing things and adding new features, they've also been adding new features in a way to improve the gameplay and the annoyance, perhaps, the gameplay of people, and reduce the annoyance of people because of people leaving or doing other bad things, like being AFK, away from keyboard. Previously you were going AFK and nothing would happen. Now they're going to warn you. The system detects a player as inactive. The player will receive a warning. In cases of repeat inactive battles, the fight is the same as detailed above for leaving a battle early. Signal disconnects will not lead to penalties. The system will only warn the player. And for newcomers with less than a set minimal number of battles on their account, a more favorable set of conditions will be enabled. So you're going to go against the AFK plot as well. So, and the third thing they have new measures to prevent self-destruction. So previously you would also just be able to restructure your vehicle, like artillery pieces who would just set themselves up on a rock and destroy themselves with splash damage, or drowning themselves in water. That's why they're called scumbags, because previously most people would just drive them. Most people would just drive themselves into water to drown themselves, because previously, if you left the battle, your vehicle would be destroyed. And that's why they did that. And that's why they're called scumbags. Of course, not everyone is a scumbag, but most artillery pieces did that back then. So they want to control the unsportsmanlike behavior, focusing on the prevention of leaving battle unfairly, prevention of inactivity, and self-destruction. I think this is a really, really great feature and measure. Really, they're going to implement it in the game. Also, on the 29th of August, approximately 1,000 accounts on the EU server were given a 2-week suspension and final warning for using bots to farm experience and crits. And of course you don't want the bot, because that's against the rules. But it's really difficult to detect these bots. So if you have any if you see any bots, or if you have bot mod, which indicates if there's a bot in your team, please report him so Wild Gaming can do something about it. That's all it I have today, so thank you for watching. If you want to follow me on Facebook, go ahead and go to the description down below, and make sure to like my Facebook page so you will be updated whenever I post a video on YouTube, so you don't have to go on YouTube directly. Also, there will be a link in the description down below with the URL of this video, so you can share it with your friends if you want. I hope you have a good weekend, and thank you for watching. See you later.